Hello, Eastview. Welcome to another edition of The Flash. I hope you're enjoying the first few days of March.
We have some great stories for you today.
I couldn't help but get excited over the tropical forecast for this weekend. 50 degrees is pretty unbelievable.
That sure is great news for those looking to have fun in the sun. I bet Eastview's own Nordic skiing state champion, Margie Freed, is sad to see the snow go.
You would think, but Anni found that there is much more to the medals than Margie.
Margie's athletic success in both Nordic skiing and cross country can be traced back to her childhood.
I was born in Denver, Colorado. I played soccer, and so that was like my main sport. I was in Girl Scouts. I liked to play outside. I started doing cross country because my mom ran the cross country program, and so I kind of got into it there. And then my sister joined Nordic skiing, and so I joined because I wanted to be with her. After a couple of years, I didn't really like it, and I almost quit after freshman year. But then I stuck with it, and it was a good decision to stick with it.
Margie Freed, senior from Eastview, taking the 2016 Minnesota State High School Girls Pursuit Championship.
As you can see, there is much more to this unique person than just the hardware.
It's not all about winning, it's about having a good time and working hard. That's my philosophy. One of my favorite memories from skiing is being on the winter training trip with the Eastview team, because we all get a really good chance to bond together.
Margie is much more than just winning. Signing off for The Flash, this is Anni.
Thanks, Anni. It's great to get a closer look at one of Eastview's most delightful personalities.
Our 18th birthdays are full of gifts from our family and friends. However, turning 18 also grants individuals an invisible gift of power. Baker took a closer look in the next story.
Minnesota is a state measured by the thousands, whether it's our vast lakes or our voters.
We have 3.1 million who are registered, but we have an additional 800,000 who are not registered. A good portion of them are our youngest voters, ages 18 to 24.
It's just the belief that they don't make a difference.
Yet some voters still found themselves at the poll.
My parents always tell me that I can't complain about something unless I do something in order to fix it. So if I'm going to complain about what the government does, then I have to at least try and make a difference.
I'm involved for Minnesota for Bernie, which is a campaign team. We're like basically the youngest ones there.
I went down to Waterloo and I stayed overnight in Waterloo, Iowa, and I door knocked all day long.
Failure to vote is not an act of rebellion, it's an act of surrender. You know, you may not be into politics, but politics is into you.
Voting will help you actually make your voice heard, make your opinions heard. It'll help steer the country in the direction that you want it to go.
The state of Minnesota wants to ensure that the process of voting is easy.
We have new reforms in place that really make it easier.
Extremely easy. I just followed a link online to find my precinct, so I just followed a sign and it was a 1-minute process.
When we do show up, we can make a positive change. We just don't often show up.
Our vote is our voice. It's the way that we have a say in who governs us and how.
Keep exercising that voice, Eastview. Signing off for The Flash, this is Baker.
Thanks, Baker, and thanks to all the Eastview students who went out to push our country forward on Tuesday night.
While a lot of the sports focus was on the girls' basketball game, the Dakota Hawks were busy on Tuesday advancing to state. Terry looked at the bond that the PI team shares in this next story.
Now let's see if you can get to my sit.
Whether it's dance, chess, debate, or hockey, Eastview excels all across the board, and the Dakota Hawks team is no exception.
I think that this team in general is, in my time, is the most talented team that we have had.
We're not just a team that just comes out and have fun, or a team that wants to appreciate who the team was made for and what adaptive sports means to the players.
Despite the team's continued success, the Hawks have never won a state title, but this year it may be different.
We're just like everybody else trying to win it.
I expect us to win a championship.
We have stayed without any losers this season, I think we'll get to the state championship game with no problem.
We play as a family to win the championship.
Be sure to go out and support the Hawks at their state tournament that's coming up soon here. Signing off for the Flash, this is Terry.
Scoring for the Hawks, number 72, Ben Oki, unassisted.
Congratulations to the Hawks for advancing to state. Both PI and CI teams are advancing.
In the CI section championship last night, Eastview's own Josh Dorse scored the game-winning goal in overtime. Way to go.
That's all we have for today, Eastview, except for, you guessed it, the credits.
If you're struggling to explain things to your friends, you may want to pay attention to what Hannah Schmidt has to share with us.
Stay tuned for the credits, Eastview.
Hey Eastview, my name is Rachel Schmidt and I'm here with Hannah. She's 4 years old. Can you tell me what an echo is?
So when you go to a canyon and you say something, then it repeats back to you. Show you how to count to 4.
Okay, can you show us?
1, 2, 3, 4.
What's Eastview?
It's a place where teenagers go.
Do you know what March Madness is?
It means that you're angry.
Can you stand up and show us how you whip and nay-nay? No. Okay, Eastview, that's all we have for today. Thank you for joining us on Explaining Things to a 4-year-old. Can you wave at the camera?
Bye.